Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the CRKT Heiho. And you can see from the cord they wrapped this package in, apparently where I bought this, and I think I bought it at a hardware store, they have some kind of theft issue. I opened this myself. So yeah, I guess they're concerned with people cutting the packages open and taking their knives. So they wrapped the crap out of it with this cordage, which I frankly was able to open up with a utility knife. So I'm not really sure how effective this method is. It's locking liner, assisted opening. It has the burst technology, G10 scales, which have been 3D contoured and fully engraved on this side. It has a high carbon steel blade. It is 2-position pocket clip, and I like the fact that they gave you an insert. So if you remove this and remove the pocket clip to the other side, you can move that insert over here. So again, you end up maintaining that nice smooth texture, both manually and visually. It's unbroken. So here we go. And you can see it is in fact a classic Japanese style shape, and the blade has a really nice texture to it. It is a kind of a semi-satin, not quite a full satin. Has a flat grind with a secondary bevel, and it comes to a really nice point. The grind is nice and even. It has a lovely little swedge here. Overall, it is very reminiscent of a classic Japanese blade. And then here we have Williams Heiho. So we got 2900 is the product code. Sorry, and it has the U.S. patent number on the blade. And on this side we have just the CRKT logo, which I always mess up that set of initials. I'm not 100% sure why I do that, but I think it's because it's got a C and a K in the name. You can look at the handle here with that very slight hourglass shape, and the overall effect, it really does look like a classic Japanese knife. They did an excellent job of conveying that in this design, and it is very comfortable with this cutout for your thumb, and where the liner lock sits. Your finger kind of naturally falls in there, and it is quite comfortable. And this has the locks system, so you can lock it in the open position or unlock it. Now, I've never used this. I've owned a number of knives that have this feature, and I've never seen a need for it. I've never felt that a liner lock was unsafe enough that I needed it, because this is a nice lockup. You can see right there. What's interesting in this particular blade, also, by the way, it has a thumb disc, in case some people like discs, some like studs. This can be good because deploying it from a pocket means it's less likely to drag because of this shape. But I've come to really appreciate a well-designed thumb stud because it can really allow you to pop open a blade that isn't assisted opening. So that, you know, everybody's feelings are different on that. So you see that black bar in there? Well, let me see if I can get this to actually show you. So I'm gonna unlock it, and I'm gonna push it up very slowly. And you notice that black bar, there we go, heads towards you. That black bar is the actual torsion bar that moves the blade. I've never seen an assisted opening knife that, pardon me, let you see the torsion bar so clearly. Obviously, this is a semi-open construction. This section down here is closed, but the rest is open, which will mean cleaning is very simple, particularly if you have access to an air gun of some variety, and thankfully I do at work. So, oh yes, by the way, deep pocket clip. Deep, really fits in there quite deep. So that if you like that kind of thing, this is going to be black, this is going to be very unobtrusive, so you just don't really see this all that much on your pocket, which is nice. So, are there any downsides to this? Well, for me, one of the downsides is that these are very smooth. I mean, incredibly smooth. And I find that to be a slight disadvantage. While I find it aesthetically pleasing as an example of really good machining, because I used to be an incoming inspector and I had to judge things by their quality of machining. This is an excellent job of machining. They really did do a great job with this particular set of scales. Oh, an adjustable pivot right there. But as far as it comes to usability, I like a little more traction on my scales. I think these scales are a little thin, maybe a little slim and slick for my taste. And I should just say slick, not slim, sorry. A little slick for my taste. And if I'm wearing gloves, which I do at work, this makes it even worse. I also think that the cutouts could have been a little bigger, because I feel very crowded in here. And I can't open it with my left thumb at all. I'm not left-handed, but I have a difficult time doing that. These are just a little bit crowded for my taste. I would have preferred if these had been, I don't know, maybe a millimeter, even just a millimeter deeper than they are here might have cut it. Because I get in there and I can do it, but it's a very crowded action and it's not quick and smooth. This is not a fast deploying knife for me because I just can't get my thumb into the right position to activate that disc and then get to, the torsion bar to do its job. So while I find this to be an extremely aesthetically pleasing knife, well designed, nice and solid, I mean, there's no play in any direction with this knife. It is really well done. Very good quality overall. Fit, finish, polish, all of it top notch. I really recommend that for this knife for that in that regard. Because of the really slick scales, I can't carry this on a daily basis. At least not at work. I could carry it on the weekends. But even then, I find deploying it difficult because of this. I think this cutout is just too small. It is just not big enough for my thumb, for me. Now, you may vary. Maybe it'd be different for you. Maybe you have thin thumbs. Maybe you don't mind that. Maybe you have slightly smaller hands. This may work great for a woman who has smaller hands. But it's a nice size knife. It's not overly large. It's the perfect size as far as I'm concerned, which should be the width of your palm, of your fist when you're holding. I think that's the perfect size for a knife. It comes out of the box very sharp. It's really quite pleasant. Again, it's attractive, well designed, well executed. I think it's too slick, and I think that the thumb disc access is too cramped. So it's a mixed bag for me on this blade. But if you have thinner thumbs, or they're more dexterous thumbs, maybe my thumbs are just lacking in dexterity, this could be a knife that would fit your needs perfectly. I really think they did a great job with this knife. I'm very impressed. And it actually, and this is going to sound a little strange, this actually makes me feel that it's a better quality knife than some of the stuff I've seen from CRKT in the past. So there you have it, the CRKT Heiho, highly recommended with certain caveats.